Welcome to the Good Life Bookstore. This is another rendition of Seen and Spoken. I am one of your hosts, Good Life Russ, and we are so excited you're here with us today. Thank you all for showing up, showing out, doing what you do. Make sure you are following us at the Good Life Bookstore on all socials and at thegoodlifebookstore.com.
Well, I'm one of your other hosts, Chloe Simone. I can be found on all social media platforms at Chloe Simone Studio and also on goodlifebookstore.com. We are here with another exciting episode with Miss Paula Banks. She is an author, and I'm very interested in hearing about this other concept, creative confidence educator, and then founder of, is it Litty Kids Create?
Lit Kids Create.
Lit Kids Create. I got you. Tell us who you are and tell us some more about this and the creative confidence educator. Where did this come from?
So, hello, I'm Paula Banks. And like you said, I'm a creative confidence educator. So what that is we put a lot of stake in reading and writing literacy, which is valid. But what I have seen is that kids start to tell stories way before they learn to read and write. And that is important. I think that is the start of literacy before reading and writing. And kids have to feel confident to tell their stories. I was a kid who was shy, didn't use my voice. So my whole goal and mission is to make kids comfortable, grow their confidence till they know that their voice matters and they never have to shrink and not tell their story because their stories matter. So that is what I am passionate about, because I know how that as a little girl has affected me into adulthood, from shrinking and not using my voice. And kids have to feel comfortable to open up and tell their stories to you. So I have Lit Kids Create, and under that is Story Hustle. So Story Hustle is for parents to show them how to nurture their child's voice, because everybody tells stories differently, and literacy is not just reading and writing. Kids draw, kids rap, kids dance, kids sing, and that's their way of storytelling, and that should be considered when the conversation is spoken about literacy.
Yeah, I love that because that's something we talk about all the times on the show as far as reading is also about comprehension, understanding what you read, understanding how to reuse what you read. So I love the focus on that. I think that's very important as well. So where I want to start, where we typically start with the authors, is getting to know a little bit about you. So your upbringing, what was it like? Did you have a lot of books in the home? Did you go to the library to read? Was reading encouraged? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I loved to read growing up. That was like I was so quiet and shy. Reading was my getaway. I fell in love with the Babysitter's Club books by Anne Martin. Those were my favorite books. I think I've read every book in the series. And I just enjoyed reading. What I did not see growing up is characters that look like me. So when I was small, I never saw a girl who resembled me, who had my skin color, nothing. I think the first time I saw it, I was way into high school. But as a little kid, that's another thing. If you don't see yourself represented, you think there's something wrong with you. When all your friends are, not all, but some of your friends are represented in certain stories all the time, you're like, well, what's wrong with my story? Or what's wrong with me? Does my story matter? So that's another part of what I'm very passionate about is representation and diversity in stories. So yeah, I loved reading. That was what I did. Like, I love to read and I love to write. And it's always been like that for me growing up.
Okay, awesome.
So I have a trick question for you then. Who's your favorite babysitter on the Babysitter's Club?
Oh God, Stacy. I think Stacy was my favorite babysitter. I think she was more outgoing, and I think I kind of gravitated towards her because I wasn't outgoing. But yeah, I just loved me some Babysitter's Club, and I told myself, like, when I get older, I'm gonna have me a series like Anne Martin, and that's how my children's book series came along, Peyton's Journeys. I wanted to have first a character who represented African American girls, and I wanted to have a series with her doing all the things that I didn't do as a child because of being so shy and just being very introverted.
So can
I
I
love that.
piggyback off of that then for just a little bit? You were saying that you kind of wrote the person. Was this the person that you always were like inside, or this is just what you wanted to become?
I think this is the person I've always been inside, but I was very shy, not like high self-esteem. So I was very comfortable playing the background in every aspect of my life with crowds, friends, just everything. I just felt more comfortable in the background. So she gets to do all the things that I wish I could have done. Like in my second book of the series, it's called Peyton's Journey's Hip Hop Adventure. I love hip hop.
Yeah.
So she wanted to be in a talent show and write her own hip hop song. I would love to do that, but I didn't. So she was able to fulfill that dream for me through the book.
That's powerful.
And Stacy's an acceptable answer. I'll take
it. So, as you were bridging the gap from reader, from writer, what was the experience like for you from a mental health and healing standpoint? Did you write to release? Did you journal? Did you diary? What was your relationship with writing and reflection?
Writing, I would journal growing up, and it helped. But I think I would journal not like a lot of my feelings, some of them, but I was so like, mental health wasn't a thing back then. So all the things that I was feeling, I was dealing with a lot of different things, like, absent father and all those things just combined. I had a lot of overwhelm. But now I journal and write upon writing journals, books and books of journals. And that is very therapeutic for me, especially when I get to go back and read at certain stages of my life, what I was going through and how I overcame that. So they're very good for when I have a bad day or when I'm feeling like I'm not making a mark or making a dent in the things that I want to do. I go back and look at my journal and be like, girl, you overcame a whole lot. So now I do it really for my mental and to just keep me encouraged.
I love that you have the duality, because my background is in therapy, and that's something I usually leave people with that was told to me. When you're full, write, and when you're empty, read.
I like that. Okay.
You can have it.
Thank
you. So talk to me a little bit about like how your childhood led to you understanding how important confidence was in children who look and sound like us, and being able to see people who look and sound like us to be in the spaces that we are now.
So when being a kid and not seeing myself represented, it really took it. Like after a while, I was like, oh, maybe. But then as I got a little hit to the game, I was like, I never see myself. And that really started to take a toll on me, because I thought that who I was and where I came from wasn't good enough to be portrayed in books. And that stayed with me for a very long time. And that is one of the things that I believe really, really drove me into being in the background and being an introvert and not using my voice. Because if you don't see yourself represented, you're like, well, my voice doesn't matter. Why should I say anything? Why should I speak up? And I knew that I didn't have the confidence then. And I never shared my writing with anybody, like never. I think the first time I actually shared like something that I wrote outside of school was to my husband many, many years later in. So that held me back from, I could have done, opportunities could have happened and I didn't do that. So now I know that when you have confidence, it is important when you want to tell your story, when kids need to have that confidence to tell their story. Kids go through a lot of things these days, things that, we probably never will go through. There's different dynamics right now. And if they don't feel safe and they don't feel nurtured and they don't have that confidence, then their voice will be stifled. And that confidence starts at home. Parents have to nurture their children. And I knew that was something that had to happen. And in order to get to the kids, I had to go through the parents. So I want to equip them with the tools to make sure that they're nurturing their child, their child in a way that their child tells stories. Because when people hear of storytelling, they instantly think of writing. And that's not the truth for all kids. Some kids don't like to write, and sometimes they just get there a little later than others. So confidence is key, and I always say confidence, before correction, especially when you're telling stories. Let kids just tell their story. Don't tell them this sounds this, or you need to make this sound like this, or the spelling. Let them tell their story. And then once they're comfortable and they have confidence and they're like, okay, she's correcting it, but she already told me it was dope, so this is going to help my story better. But once you start with correction, you're killing it. It's not, they don't want to open up. They don't want to do anything because you're just saying, this is wrong. This should be this should be that. And us as parents, we do that because we want the story to be the best story that it can be. We want them to tell the best story. But by doing that, it just really is deflating their confidence. So that's why confidence is important. And I want these kids, especially children that look like us, to be in spaces where they can tell their story and shine. And that is important to me, for them to have that. And so we can be represented.
Yeah. And there's a fine line sometimes between correction and criticism.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll tell you off the bat, me and Chloe would definitely send our kids your way. I love your energy. I love your aura. And something that really stuck out to me when we were doing our research was your website. Beautiful website, very informative. And what you just said too was on the website as far as telling stories and how everything is different. So to give us a little insight, because we are also authors doing a bookstore, how do you balance everything?
And
get your notebook out, Chloe. We about to take notes.
I don't know. You know what? I don't really know. I have a lot. I don't know. Like I try to, because I still work a regular 9 to 5. So I am always doing something, like when I first started my writing, being an author, I was 46. That was like 2 years ago. Or 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And my sons are older, one's 25 and one's 23. And I didn't really I wasn't needed as much anymore. So I was trying to figure out, like, what am I going to do with my life? And I was praying to God, and I was like, God, tell me what my purpose is, for a good year. And it was like crickets. And then one morning, I heard somebody say, write a book, clear as day. And I stood up in my bed and I was like, I knew who it was, but I wasn't thinking he was going to say write a book, because I haven't written at this point in a long time. So I was like, I said this out loud. You got the wrong person. Like, you're moving. And I said it, and I kept it moving. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, nah. I said, you know what? I ain't even going to pray about it no more. I forget my purpose. But I was like, I'm not. And then maybe like a few weeks later, my husband out of the blue came to me and was like, are you going to write a book? Because if you don't, you're going to regret it. And I hadn't told him about the situation. And I was like, okay, God, you spun the block on me. I'm a give you the yes. So I didn't know what I was doing. He didn't say what book to write. He didn't say, write a children's book, write this book. He just said, write a book. So I said, okay, I'll write a children's book. I didn't know what I was doing. I had to figure it out. I had no clue what I was doing. But I did it.
Apparently.
I didn't know what I was doing. And when the book came out, I was so happy because I was like, I figured it out. And I said, okay, my next book, I'm going to do all the things that I didn't do with this book. And from that moment, I was like, I just wanted to do one book. But as soon as I gave him my yes, everything just started going crazy, and it has not stopped since. So I have been able to not just write books, but be on podcasts. This whole Lit Kids Create and all the things that I'm doing, that was not on the bingo card. It was never on the bingo card. I had no idea that this is what I would be doing at this moment. He's using me to help kids find their voice for someone who didn't have a voice growing up. So I would always think like, oh, I'm so unqualified to do this because I struggled as a kid with my voice. But he chose me. I'm being obedient. And here I am, busy. And I don't know how to balance everything. I just try. I pray. And, I try to make do what I can do. But I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. I mean, giving him that yes has changed my entire life. Literally, it has really helped me with my voice. It has helped me do things that I never thought I would do. I don't like speaking in public. I like to play the background, and now I can't do that. He's put me in a position where I'm not able to do that. I go into schools, I have to talk to children, so I love it. it's still uncomfortable sometimes, but
Mhm.
I know I'm doing what I'm my assignment, but I'm what I'm called to do. So that's what I'm doing. And if I'm busy, I'm busy. You know, I catch rest when I can.
Mhm.
So that's why I'm going on vacation. No laptop. I'm just going to enjoy the family. So
Ooh,
yeah,
vacation.
I try to, you know, just balance the best I can. You know, it's a good thing that my kids are older. So I don't
Mhm.
have to like cater to small children, which is very helpful at this stage.
Well, from the audience, it looks like you're doing a good job.
Well, thank
So
you.
kudos.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I, I,
And that's what my book that dropped today is about. It's called Unqualified for the Yes.
Mhm.
And it's about me just that season of my life where I felt I was unqualified for all the things that, you know, God wanted me to do. And once I said yes, things started changing. So, and I never thought I would write a book like that, putting people in my business, you know, sharing things like that. That's not who I am, but
Mhm.
here I am. So yeah,
And when did you say that book released again?
today.
Oh,
Yeah,
today.
this is my first non-children's book. Like this is totally something. Again, this is like one of the. I would never have written a book like this, but he was like, "You're gonna share this with the world." I said, "Okay." So here we are. Like this was never things that I'm doing never on my bingo card. I wanted one book in 2024. I said that's the goal. I want to have one book in 2024. In 2024, by the end of the year, I had 3 books.
Woo.
It just it just happened, and then everything just started going from there. So, you know, I'm just in awe sometimes of the things that have happened.
I don't like this. I just want to say for the record because I feel like this is like mirroring a conversation that we had earlier. Uh,
Mhm.
from one behind the scene girls to another, I don't like this. I just want to let you know that. Because, but no, I think that's really like a beautiful like story to share. Because my god sister and I talk all the time about feeling unqualified for something and trying to understand like, okay, why would I be the one to
Why
do
am
or
I here? Why am I doing this? Because I
anything?
am the least qualified for this thing to do.
And the funny thing is, in your story, you explained exactly why I could see why you would be qualified.
And in
But
my
you
mind, I'm always
also,
like I fight with that. I struggle with that a lot. Like when the opportunities come, I'm like, why would somebody want me to do this? And why I'm not, you know, and because sometimes things I do are just like things I have to do for being an author. And people see that as a skill and they're like, oh, you can help me. And I'm like,
yeah,
I don't think I'm qualified for that. And they're like, girl, you just did it for
right,
yourself. And
yeah.
I'm like, true, but it's just for,
But
you know,
it's different. It's different.
it's different for me. It's fine, but to do other things, I'm like, I just do it, you know, for me. But then when
Right.
somebody asks me to do something, I'm like, I'm always struggling with, am I unqualified? Why did am I qualified to do this? So it's always that tension going back and forth. And you know, once upon a time, that would have just stopped me cold and not did anything. But now I force myself and push myself through. And every time I do that, it's always a beautiful ending or something great comes from it or I learned something. So that's the life I live, pushing through every day because I fight every day feeling qualified for the things that I do. Sometimes I don't understand, but you know, this is where it's at.
I do want to reiterate the part that you talked about where you gave God your yes. He told you to write a book and you agreed to that. Instead, I don't know what book. He didn't tell me what book. And I love the fact that sometimes we are so fixated on finding the answer and just wanting to hear, just tell me what I need to do, man, so I could just go on and do it so I don't go through this. But the going through this is exactly what we needed
It's
for
exactly what
the
I
book.
needed. I learned so much because I had no idea how to publish a book. I was literally just blind, going through the motions, looking at every article, looking at people on Instagram, just Googling. And I made it happen. It was not the best
Yes.
first book. I promise you that. But I got it out there. And then what I did was I took everything that I learned, I re-released the book with the illustrations I wanted, everything. And
Mhm.
I was so proud of that because to
Yeah.
start not knowing anything with just the instructions, write a book, like
Yeah.
really, sir, that's all you're gonna give me. So once I figured it out, I was on the move. And I just keep learning stuff every day. I learn all the time about different things. I've been able to help other authors create websites for them, do some marketing for children's book authors. So a whole nother income came from that one yes. So it's been crazy. Sometimes I sit and I'm like, I can't believe this is who I am. Like when I'm watching my TV and the little screensaver comes on, it's old pictures of me. And I look at that person and I'm like, girl, you a skinny girl, but I was not the woman in that picture that I am now. Like I am so like I'm just such a better person, a better version of that person. And I'm so thankful for that because looking back, I was just lost. I was just didn't know like my whole identity with my kids and my family. And when you get caught up in that, when they're gone or they don't need you as much, you really feel it, you know? So having this second chapter of my life has been a lifesaver. It's been life changing. But yeah, I'm definitely not the person I was 4 years ago. I have evolved. I have become more confident. Even though I struggle, I speak up more. I can't play the background. You know, I'm so proud of myself that I do things that I would never do. I'm not ziplining or nothing, but I'm talking in front of classes. You know, people are asking me to be a speaker. You know, people are asking me for advice. So it's just like, wow, I've come so far. And all I have to do is give that yes. And he just showed out.
And also, you know exactly what it feels like to be that woman.
Oh, God.
And exactly what you had to do. I mean, on a cellular level of the things you had to change to be where you are.
Yes.
So, yeah, sounds pretty qualified to me.
I know. I still have that doubt. Like, girl, you qualified. But, you know, I just keep it moving.
I love it. So give us a little bit of family insights. Another question we like to ask the authors. At home, are you this big mega author or are you wife mom?
I am the cook, the cleaner. The author is way down on the list. They'll be like, oh, mom, that's great. Your book came out today. What's for dinner?
You're right.
They don't care. I mean, they are proud of me. My son, he is a filmmaker. He just graduated with his bachelor's in film and
oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So he had to do like a documentary for his final project and he did it on me, which was amazing. So that was sweet. So I know that they're proud of me, but I'm still mom. What's for dinner? What you going grocery shopping? And my husband, you know, he's very supportive. He's my big supporter. But again, he wants food when he comes home from work. You know, he thinks I need to like take breaks or I'm always working. But there's just so many things that I want to do. I have so many ideas. I love to create. I can create all day. And I've been an implementation specialist for the last 20 years. So I like to implement, like to create. I like to implement systems and things of that nature. So I'm always doing and thinking. But at home, I'm just mom and babe, you know. I'm fussing with them. They ain't cleaning up their mess, you know.
Us guys are simple. I love it. We're
I believe me. They don't be like, oh, she's home. No, they're like, woman, where's my food, mom?
Nice book. Where's the?
Yes, that's exactly today. That's you know, my book came out today. My older son, he said, oh yeah, that's great, mom. Yeah. And then he walked on. You know, he comes. I said, okay. Then my other son clapped. He was like, oh, that's great. So we'll eat for dinner. I'm like, I'm doing a podcast in a little bit. Just don't call my name until I'm done.
You know what? Actually, dinner is written down on chapter 2 of the book. You tell me.
Girl, they just be, and I was like, I had to do an Instacart order before I came on. I was like, just make sure you get the Instacart order. I'm texting them before, like they'll be here in 6 minutes. So yeah, I'm on the move. I don't get no special treatment at home. I am simply mom, and I love it. I do. Yeah. I'm glad that my kids are still at home, and you know, I enjoy every moment because time really flies, and they are my babies. So regardless of how old they are, I love them to life, and I'm super excited to be going on vacation. It's our first vacation, like outside of Disney, like going on. This is their first time on a plane, so this is our first time, like really going on a vacation. We're going to Puerto Rico, so we're all excited.
Oh, Puerto Rico!
Yes. So
why did Puerto Rico keep showing up for me? Like, come on, ticket. I'm waiting.
You know, girl, I'm excited. So yeah, at home I am just mom and babe. I am nobody. They don't treat me no different. They still want one thing in this house with 3. I'm the only woman in the house. They want to eat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that keeps us level-headed, though. Good job.
Yeah, they want to eat. They want their food. They want their food. So I make sure I feed them at least.
Well, the other side of that we wanted to know too. Do you have a group of writers? Do you have writers that you work with, share manuscripts, or do you write more independently?
I write more independently.
Okay.
That's just, I guess that's just my personality as
Yeah,
far
that's
as
how I am too.
still things from just
Yeah.
being alone a lot and just being to myself. I'm very happy by myself, spending time with myself. I'm cool. I'm very like, I love to be at home on my couch watching my crime shows, writing. That's just me. But writing independently is it would be my choice all
Yeah.
the time.
I
Okay.
feel like I'm looking into my future, man, because she
Yeah,
said
listen, I'm the same way.
she's saying everything. I'm like, yes. So, question for you. So, one thing that I realized once I was older is that I have like a need to create, and that I am not okay if I am not creating for an extended period of time. Have you noticed that this is something similar with you? Have you ever looked back and say, hey, I wasn't really like making or creating or thinking of something, and maybe that's where I was, and that's why I'm different now? How does
Yeah,
that process work for you?
I love to create, so not creating is not an option.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I create a lot of things, and sometimes I'd be like, P, you're doing too much. Like but it's just in me. I love to create things, and now there's so many tools out here that you can create and
Yes.
and make things, and I just love it. It's like I'm like a kid in a candy store, because when I was a kid, there was none of this. You know what I'm saying? There was none of this. We had basic. There wasn't even Google. You know what I'm saying? So
Right. We had a notepad. We didn't have Office.
nothing. There was nothing. So all of these things that are accessible for you to create outside of writing, I absolutely like a kid in the candy store. I that's what I do in my spare time. A lot of time, if I'm sitting there, I'm playing with different programs or software or just things, because I love to create and I love to learn about new things. I wouldn't call myself a techie or anything, but I love a good app, good piece of software, something that helps me elevate what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And yeah, so creating is not an option. When I was younger, I think that me being such a shy child and introverted, that stifled my creativity. I didn't feel like I could create. So now I'm all over the place. I dive right on in. So yeah.
I love that.
Beautiful.
So it sounds like a lot of overcoming. It sounds like a lot of firsts, because, to me, growth comes through adversity. So can you identify something that you've learned about yourself on this journey that you didn't know before?
That I learned so much.
We can see it.
I feel
You trying to
that
find something.
I feel that I've learned that the gifts that I have are valuable, and that I do possess gifts that are important. Again, I use, things I do are for me and for me, but I realize my gifts are not for me. My gift can unlock somebody else's prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be the one, my gift is the one that's going to help this person give their yes. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that I do have gifts that are valuable, because before I didn't think that. I didn't think I had anything to really offer except being a wife and a mother. Those were it, so I learned that I do got little gems in the bag that are important. And I'm thankful that I learned that, because I would have spent the rest of the years on this earth still living like I was before, in the background. I'm not saying the background, ain't nothing wrong with the background, because I love being there, but I now have the courage and the knowledge and the confidence to go towards the front, or maybe the middle a little bit sometimes. But I know that I have gifts, and my gifts are important.
So going through that process of learning, was that like the 4 seasons you were talking about in the book that you had
Yes. As soon as that situation happened, which was literally on my birthday last year, when he told me, like, not on my birthday last year, but there was the situation where, me and God became closer. And that was when everything started to change. And I thought, I'm closer to God now. things is gonna be amazing. Girl, all the trauma, the everything started coming to the surface.
Right.
And I was like, this is not what I was expecting. Not at all. So it was like I was starting to get feelings and things were coming back up that I had buried in the past. But he was like, no, we're gonna work these things out. So it has been a true healing process. I'm still healing from a lot of things, but I know that I can get through them. I've learned that I'm strong. And as I go through these seasons, that particular season, and the things that I've went through, I learned that I am strong and I can do it, and it's encouraging for me to know that the person that I was and the things that I was doing and what I wasn't doing that I'm doing now, that if I can do it, anybody can do it. You know what I mean? So, I'm just happy that I have grown and just doing the things that I've not always wanted to do, but I'm glad that I'm doing them. Just to enjoy the rest of the time that I have here on earth. I refuse to not do anything because I'm afraid. I've learned that about myself. I've always not done stuff because I was afraid. That is not happening anymore. I will do it afraid. That is something that I have promised myself. I will do it afraid. I will be 49 on Thursday, and I don't have that much time left on this earth. You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that I'm doing all the things that I want to do. Even if I don't feel qualified, if I feel scared, I'm going to do them. And that is one thing that I've learned to live by.
Yeah. What do you have to lose?
Right?
Yes.
Not a thing.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you said that this book is different than any book you've ever written. Is this going to be a standalone book, or will this become a series? Will you build on this book?
I don't know.
Yeah,
he ain't told me nothing yet. Now, like I didn't want to write this one. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't want to write this one. So I mean, he ain't said nothing yet. So right now it's a standalone. You know what I'm saying? Unless he comes back and says, yeah, we gonna talk about this now.
Did he not say nothing? Because last time you admitted you stopped.
No, he didn't. This time he didn't say nothing. This time he was like, "We gonna share this season," but he didn't say nothing else after this. So it just dropped today. So I don't know. You see me with book 2, then you're gonna be like, "Oh, he must have told you it was
that conversation happened."
Yeah. So I didn't want to do this
in Puerto Rico for her to
right. Like, second book we coming. So no, right now it's a standalone. And if I had the choice, it would stay a standalone.
Okay.
But as I have learned, I don't control nothing right now. He is in control, and I just say, really, come on, and I just do what I'm supposed to do. But all the time, things he tells you want to do them. So I just try to do what he tells me to do. But right now, we standing alone on this book.
So what's the journal though? Part of that as well.
The journal wasn't now. The journal was me. I was like, let me write a little journal to go with it. Let people people love a good journal. I love a good journal. So I was like, let me just put a journal in there. But that was all me. He didn't say write the journal. I was like, I'm gonna add a little flavor. I'm gonna give my input. But yeah, so
it's already like multifaceted. It's already standing alone.
So so right now we just on the standalone book. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But if not, I'm glad that I was able to share my story with others, and I hope it encourages other women who are feeling the same way that I feel about not feeling qualified for something God is asking them to do.
I love it. So does the husband write?
Yeah, he writes screenplays. He loves film.
Okay.
So he likes to write short films, and he's really good at it. Like I think he writes better than me, but I don't like writing screenplays because you have to put they open the door, the scene comes to the left. Like that's not my thing. But he's written many screenplays, short stories, and his goal is to shoot one of them before the end of the year, which I keep trying to encourage him to do. But he loves film. He loves to write. My son, he writes screenplays. So that's their thing, film. And so he's very encouraging with what I do, and I'm encouraging what he does. But he likes to work a lot. And I gotta tell him, like, bro, you gotta focus on your dreams too over here. So we balance each other out.
Family full of writers. That's a first.
Yeah, yeah.
I
But he
love
likes to
that.
write. And I was really shocked. My son loves to write because he would go through. He'd be like, Mom, can you give me some notebooks? I buy him like 3. And then he'd be like, Mom, I need some notebooks. And I'm like, boy, what are you doing with all these notebooks? Just packs notebooks, just writing stories, writing film, writing screenplays. And I was like, oh, but he's like me. He doesn't like people to read his stuff because he's like, I don't think it's that good enough. I'm still in college. And I'm like, boy, get over it. You know,
Yeah.
let's not do that. But yeah, he loves to write. The only one who doesn't write is my youngest. He likes to bowl. He's a bowler.
Okay.
He's a bowler. That's his thing. He's not trying to write nothing. But me and my husband and my oldest son, we do enjoy writing.
Like, this already sounds like a sitcom to me.
It literally does.
Like, I can
We
see
gonna write
this
about
in my
y'all.
head. Right.
The bowler in the family.
Right. Oh, that's the best character too.
He is a character.
That's the wild card.
Right.
Yes, he is. That's exactly who he is. He dances to the beat of his own drum. He is his own person. He does not have any problem of being in the front, showing who he is. He does not care. And I love it for him. I love that.
Yes, Black Man. We love that.
Right, exactly. Okay, so now I was originally going to ask one of our favorite questions. What would you tell younger you? I don't want to ask you that because we don't trust your opinion yet because you're stuff you don't know how to do. So now we're going to go fast forward. What right now, already understanding how far you have come in the seasons you've gone through, what are you telling older you?
I'm telling older me that we're gonna do everything that we want to do. We're going to create the community for lit kids. We're going to write more children's books. We are going to build out our Books by Me program. We're gonna do it all. We're gonna do it in rejections here, there. We just gonna keep pushing. And just definitely keep pushing. And we're gonna leave my 9 to 5 so I can do this full time. So I'm telling my older self that definitely. But I just know I have so many dreams and things that I want to accomplish, and that's what we're doing. So she better get some rest because we really about to go in.
We got work to do.
We got work to do. Yes. So I'm excited. I got a contract with the school system where I live in Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia. So I have a program called Books by Me. So I go into schools and I talk to kids. I take them from idea of a story to the ending. And then I publish the book in an anthology with my publishing company. So they are now published authors. And I was able to do that. The first anthology dropped in March. And it was such an amazing feeling because this is something I have been thinking about for the last year and a half. And to see it come into fruition has been amazing. And then to get the contract with the public school, now all 52 schools have access to that workshop. And that is a huge thing for me because I didn't think I was going to get it. I was just like, let me apply just to see how the process is. And I actually got it. So now, when the school starts, I have to make sure that, I'm ready and to handle business. But this is something that I really want to grow outside of Virginia, take it to schools. And that's what I'm working on. I have a self-paced program called the Writing Cipher. And it's the same thing as the Books by Me, but it's self-paced for students. And that is another thing that I'm trying to grow. So if I can't get to a certain place, they have the same experience, but just not with me. I'm on video talking. So these are things that I'm very passionate about and want to grow. And again, I'm just ready to go all in.
I love that. Wow.
That resonates so much with us. Oh my God. Like, what is one of our favorite things to say is that we grow up and see ourselves in books. So we wrote our own and stuff. Man, listen.
To see those kids, they're like, our book's not going to be on Amazon. And I'm like, girl, it's going to be on Amazon. It's going to be on Barnes & Noble.
Are they available? So is the first anthology available right now?
Yes. It's called I Got a Story to Tell. And I named
Yes.
it after the Biggie song because that's a great storytelling hip hop song. So it's called I Got a
Yes.
Story to Tell. And there's 9 students, and I
Mhm.
worked with them for 6 weeks. And I went in
Mhm.
every week we just worked through them telling their stories. And then at the end, I came back on release day, and then we had a celebration, and I welcomed them to the Eon Books publishing family. They're on our website as authors. I gave them a certificate, a letter, copies of their book, and that look on their face when they saw themselves on Amazon, like their name, and on Barnes and Noble, it was that alone was all I wanted, because
Mm.
to see yourself in a book changes you. You now see what is possible. You know what I mean? Like you are an author at 10, 11, and
Mhm.
you can go up. It's all up from there. You know what I'm saying? So I think that those kids seeing that they are able to write a story and then have it published was a huge confidence booster for them. And I can't wait to do it again for
So
volume.
Mm.
is it Soraya, Bethea, Autumn, S,
Yes.
Akil,
Yes.
Sasan,
Yes.
Sakna, Dio,
Sakna.
Algasm, Diallo,
His name,
Darian
girl,
Bus,
his name used to kill me. I
yeah,
used to
and
call him Pop.
Ezekiel Rhodes and Mario Williams. Shout out to the 7 other young authors. I just wanted to put
Yes.
them out there too. I see it
Yes.
on Amazon. I got a story to tell, original stories by young authors. So definitely you guys go check that out too.
We're gonna put that on the website for
Oh,
sure.
100%.
Thank you. That they were just,
100%.
and then just to see them, they were just so excited, and I was excited to take them because the kids, they thought like, oh, we publishing a book, we about to be rich. I was like, bro,
Look,
like let's slow down. Like I had to teach
Celebrate,
them.
count money.
They were like, look how much money we gonna get. And I'm like, slow
right,
your roll, calm down. So they don't know about the publishing process, but that is a part of the workshop to teach them
right.
about the publishing process, because they all thought they was about to come up on some good change. And I was like, slow down, ma'am, please.
This
But
is
it was amazing. Just I miss them because I had spent so much time with them, and to see them come out their shell, and them say like, I don't like to write, and then they come. First of all, these kids had stories that I was like, wow, like what is like. Some talked about bullying, like because they were being bullied. One boy wrote about just being angry all the time because he was just angry. One boy wrote a 30 chapter. They're short, but he wrote 30 chapters he's a chess player. He wrote it in a perspective of the pawn piece trying to get to the other side of the board. I mean, it's just amazing. Just to see where their imagination takes them.
Yeah,
And
how they see the world too.
yes, it was just amazing to see what they're thinking and how they're processing and what their minds, think up. And they did not disappoint me. They're a little rambunctious at times because they're children, but they focused, they did the work, and that is something that I just love. I just love that.
Mm-hmm. And they'll have the rest of their lives. Me and Chloe also write, with our children, and that's something I tell them. Like, at bare minimum, this is an icebreaker. Tell people, look, I got a book.
I'm an author, bro. What are you
Every
talking
room
about?
you go into, every interview, a date, whatever, I wrote a
They're
book.
gonna be like,
you know
what?
what I mean?
Yeah.
You an author at 10?
Conversation piece, like
Yes.
that's gonna spice up the
Yes, that's it.
love
This is
that.
something that nobody can take away from you. Nobody can. You are an author. Like that's a fact.
Always. Yeah.
That's a fact. It's not fiction. You're an author. That's a fact. You can say, oh, I was an author at 11. You know what I mean? And that is something that gives them confidence. Like I can stand up a little straight. You know what I mean? And I want to continue to do that for kids because I wish I had a program like this when I was small to write and become an author. I could have had my A&M Margaret Babysitters Club a long time ago. And it just does something you could just see the light in their face. Like it was just amazing. That day was so rewarding for me just to see that and be able to celebrate them. And then they were like, oh, you can come back. We have a grant for you to come back to do volume 2 next year. And I was like, okay, I love it. So
See y'all there.
Work with more students who want to write and then become a published author.
I love it.
I tell you, my wheels are definitely turning. I got some ideas in my head.
Yeah.
We talking. We talking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. It's so close to me. Books by me. I just again, I didn't. That wasn't even on the bingo card, but here we are.
Mhm. Well, outside of the story you shared about, y'all doing y'all's first book in March, can you share a story with us that touched your heart doing events, doing what you do with your brands? Can you share something with us that touched your heart? It could be recent or your,
Yeah.
fondest
So
memory.
the first time that I did the Books by me, it was like a pilot, like one that I did, and I was going around talking to all the students, and there was a little boy, and I said, "Let me see what you got," and he was like, "I don't like to write, but I love to draw, but." I have no what I do. I can't do a book. There's no place in a book for me. But he looked so sad saying it. Like he felt like he wasn't a part of the workshop because everybody was writing and he was drawing. But when I looked at his drawing, they were so good. And I was like, you don't have to draw. I said, you're telling a story. And I said, especially with children's books, you are we write, but you the main one because you're going to bring our story alive. Like children's books for kids depend on illustrations. I said, you are doing what you do best. And he was like, for real? And I was like, yeah. So he perked up when I gave him that confirmation. Like, you don't have to write to tell a story. And his mom was at the other table and she pulled me to the side and she was like, thank you so much for telling him that because he doesn't really like to write, but he loves to draw. And he always says like, I'll never be in a book or be a published author or anything because he doesn't like to. So she said, you telling him that really confirmed what I've been telling him. And I seen him perk up and I can see that he took that from you. And that I always tell that story because that was a moment where I was like, you know what? Kids learn differently. They express themselves differently in storytelling. And that's when I knew like, not every kid is going to write a story. Not every kid wants to write a story. They're going to tell a story through drawing and they're going to tell a story through dance or whatever. And that's when I was like, okay, I can really build off of this and really make this workshop work for everyone. And I have always, and he's great. He really was a great artist, but he just felt like he had no place in the publishing world because he didn't write. And I'm thinking a lot of kids probably feel that way because they don't tell stories traditionally like other kids.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that's why it's so important what you did. Because even in the world of publishers, they're looking for a certain type of story and a certain type of writing. And I think that's why self-publishing is so big now.
Yes, because you can
I
write
love
what
that.
you want.
Yeah. So yeah, that was powerful. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
No, I mean, I feel like I needed to hear that story too. I don't know what you got going on. Who talked to you before you got on this camera?
Hey, she said she was shy.
I am.
Where?
Even to this day, I'm super shy.
Where?
Like, please. People used to say, girl, you ain't shy. Like this coworker I used to work with, she used to say, you ain't shy, Paula. And I'm like, Miss Wilma, I promise you, I'm so shy. She was like, you may be shy at first 5 minutes, but once you get, when you feel comfortable, you're not shy no more. But I am shy. I think I am. I just feel like once I feel comfortable, I open up more. But usually most of the time you're not going to see me be like, hey, I don't talk to people I don't know. I grew up in New York, so we don't talk to people we didn't know. So when I moved to the South, people used to think I was mean because they would be like, good morning, and I'd be like, I don't,
Is it?
We don't say nothing. So from then being in the South for a while, I'm better. But I don't usually talk. I don't like small talk. My husband is the king of small talk in the stores. He's talking to everybody, cashier, people behind him. Me, I'm just like, let's get it and go. So, I mean, I just don't enjoy chit chat, I guess. But if I feel comfortable with you and I feel like I can talk to you, I'm definitely, I'm opened up. But I am reserved in the beginning.
Where's your husband from? Because I'm in Ohio. Chloe's in Maryland.
He's from Norfolk, Virginia. I live in Norfolk, Virginia. I met him.
Okay, so he's
yeah.
Southern boy.
Yeah, he's a Southern boy.
Because she's the nice one too. I'm like you. See, I'm you. She like him.
Yeah, I'm not.
I just want to get my stuff and go home. I
want to go.
Talk.
I want to go home. Like sometimes you be at Walmart and he'll or any store and he'll be chit chatting like, "How you doing today? You had a good day? They get on your nerves?" I'll go over there and look at the kids who are missing on the sign at Walmart, the missing children, because I don't really know. I don't really want to chit chat. I don't do chit chat. I swear I don't. I don't like the small talk, and he is the king of small talk. He's a very Southern gentleman, talks to everybody. Hey, how you doing? I mean, people say you look mean. I don't look mean. I don't really have nothing to say. I don't know. I'm still a work in progress. You know what I mean? We all got our things. But I'm way better from when I first moved here. I didn't talk to anybody I didn't know. Like I wouldn't say good morning, hello. You would talk to me, and I'd be like, because in New York you just keep moving. You don't talk to people you don't know. Just go. So I'm way better, but small talk is not my ministry.
Yeah, we just gonna say he rubbed off on you a little bit.
He rubbed off on me a little bit.
Stay strong.
He did. He rubbed off on me a little bit, but I'm still not a chit chatter. I'm not a small talker. I'm not talking at the people at the counter. I'm not doing all that. Yeah. You say hello, I'll say hello back, but I'm not asking you how your day was. You know, I just don't, I don't know what they're going through. They could be mad and then they snap at me and then we have a whole problem, a whole situation, and then it goes to the left. So just keep it at hello and goodbye. That's how I feel.
I needed that. She's the queen of the South. I needed that. We all can't be Southern. We all can't be Southern.
I know.
My birthday is Thursday.
Okay. You sure your birthday not in October?
Now.
I'm a sweet child of God. I don't, as I gotten older, my patience and tolerance level is pretty much at a zero. So I let people let them, I don't want to bother you in your day, but people like, are they working you too hard? I'm like, man, this woman probably don't want to talk to you, but that's who he is. So I respect who he is. He respects who I am. And I think that balances us out. We've been together almost 30 years. So
nice. Just because y'all don't want to talk to nobody don't mean nobody want to talk to us.
That's what I feel like it should be like. I feel like it should be like that. Like, let's go. When I first moved here, like the people at the store were so slow. Like, how you doing, baby? And I'm like, ma'am,
bag it up.
It's done. My husband be like, yeah, you see that game the other night? And I'm like, bro, I'm going. I have said this so many times. I'm going to the car.
That's
because
me.
There's no way I'm going to stand here and listen to you have small talk with the cashier or the security man at the grocery store. I'm not going to do it.
When we come to the car, we got some extra candy bars because the cashier done slipped some in our bag. Don't ask for our candy neither.
I just can't take it. I'm just like, bro. But he loves it. I've learned to just be like, okay, he gonna talk, and I just go on about my business, and that's it, But it doesn't infuriate me like it used to. Like, come on, brother. Now I'm just like, I'll see you in the car, babe.
No, that's funny. That's funny. No, I love that because it's all about balance. Because I talk about like relationships don't necessarily have to be the same. I like people that are complementary.
We complement each other.
Yes. Because we might need somebody to come get us at the store. We don't know how long we've been in the store.
You know how many times that happens?
Like, we got somewhere to go.
He'd be like, Dad, they caught me. They got me. I'm like, no, they didn't get you. You got because you wanted to sit there and have a conversation with them. Then you want me to come and save
down now.
Get these texts. Come save me in the store. Come get me in the No. That happened at a restaurant. He was chit-chatting with the waiter. The waiter hemmed him up in the corner. I was like, I'll see you in the car, homie. He's like, why you leave me? Because he didn't want to talk to me, and I didn't want to talk to him. You were the one who wanted to talk to them. So we definitely balance each other.
New York came out in the last 20 minutes of this.
Yeah, 100%.
He'll say, oh, Rosie Perez. He makes fun of me because when I get like a little excited, he'd be like, my accent starts to come out. Yeah, that's my love. He deals with me very much, so we do balance each other.
Oh, you can tell his love too. You can tell.
I'm up here and he's down here, so he brings me to a safe, nice place. Yeah,
nice grounding. We need that too.
He's my grounding.
That's what we need. We need somebody kind of like even us out.
So yes, we definitely do. Because if I had somebody like me, it wouldn't be 30 years. That's for sure.
Listen, man.
I'm gonna keep it a whole 100. Like it wouldn't even be that. So right now, I'm balanced perfectly. We really good with it.
I love it. You said 30 years.
So we've been together 30, and in August we'll be married 26.
Congratulations to that. Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Yes. So we
Oh
locked
man.
in. Even if I
30
don't like
more, 30 more,
Yeah.
30 more.
yes.
Oh
So
man.
it's
That's
been a good it's
beautiful.
been a good ride.
Yeah.
We love that. This
Yeah.
has been enlightening. This has been insightful. This,
This is one of
like
the
we
best
told you
podcasts
at the
I've been on. I
beginning.
ain't gonna lie. This has
Yeah,
been
Okay.
like we
Hey,
told you, we family
hey.
now. We family
yeah.
now.
This has been real fun. I ain't gonna lie. Because sometimes you get on a podcast and you be like, you don't know,
Yeah,
sometimes the host could be dry and you just
yeah,
don't, but
Not the host.
this was like you said, it really just started talking like we family.
yeah. That's
Very
what
good.
we do.
I'm very happy I came on.
We are too. We
Oh,
are
we're
too.
so happy to
We're
have you.
glad you were able to share all of your stories.
Yeah.
Because a lot of what you said resonated with me. You know, I grew up. I have autism. My youngest son has autism. So a lot of things I was hearing you say about the kids. You know, I remember him saying like speaking differently than I used to speak
Mm-hmm.
because it was different. You know, I'm 37, so it was different when I was coming up. And now to see him have that confidence, like
Yeah.
you know, because I tell people a lot of times parenting's bittersweet. You know, I want my kids to have the things that I didn't have. And I had to check myself in the beginning when they were going on the vacation. I was like, oh man, I wish I could have. You got to check yourself because this is their life. This is their story, like you said. This ain't, you
Very
told your
true.
story.
Right.
Let them tell theirs. So
Yeah. And you
what
in
you
a news
said really
story.
resonated. It made me think about him a lot, you know, because he likes to draw, and I can see him like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do this, and knowing there's people out you making sure no child is left behind.
No child is left behind. When you want to draw, we're gonna draw. You want to do this, we're gonna do this. You can do it. You just don't worry about everybody else is doing. You focus on how you tell your story and show up, and that's all that matters. That's it. So nobody can ever stifle. I want them to have so much confidence that they couldn't shrink if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We
So
need
we're here today to give you your flowers. You deserve
that.
it.
You,
Yeah,
you
we
know
You
what? I
deserve it.
appreciate that because like I said, sometimes I don't feel qualified, but people
need
tell me I am. So I'm gonna take
Hmm.
that. I'm gonna let it resonate, and I'm going to just leave it at that. I'm not gonna say nothing else. Thank
Yeah,
you.
she said no take backs.
No
Yeah.
take
That's
back.
mine. You
Thank
gave me
you.
that compliment.
And I
You
want you
gave
to
me that.
look dead in this camera with these glasses and tell every shy girl who says she quiet and want to be in the background, like if there is something in you, like just
Go
let
for
that
it.
come out.
Do it. Don't let life pass you by. Don't let fear take over. You have something that the world needs. Your gift is going to bless somebody else so they can fulfill their assignment. I promise you, I guarantee you that. Even if you don't feel like you are qualified, even if you love playing the background, you can still be in the background when you off, when you ain't got nothing to do. But when you are called to the front, do not be scared. Show up and show out. And people can think sometimes I do things I'm scared to death on the inside, but you will never know because I'm just gonna do it, and I'm gonna just live and be free and be fearless and just do what I want to do. And that is what I want for every shy girl, every quiet kid. That's the confidence I want them to have. And I don't want them to have to go through all the trials and tribulations I had with shrinking and not being themselves. I am here to help them to learn to have that confidence now at these young ages so they don't have to bring that into adulthood, because you will bring it into adulthood and it will affect how you live your life. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I feel like, yes, I had to go through that so I can help others. But
Mhm.
that's not everybody's story. I want these children to know that they can tell their story. Where they're from is important. What they look like is, it matters. What their story is, it's important for other people to hear it. And by me doing this work, I feel like I'm going to make an impact on their lives at some point. They're going to look back and be like, Miss Banks, she really did that for me. And that alone is worth it all, honestly.
Mhm.
So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We love that.
Well, thank you for the
We love
therapy
it.
session. Mr. Russell will take care of the bill.
Yeah.
Like,
So we're gonna hit our final words. We a nugget over an hour. This was everything. This is
yeah,
rewatchable. Make sure y'all following.
yeah.
So we're gonna get final words. I'm Good Life Russ. You can find all of my books on Amazon. You can find our books as well at the Good Life Bookstore. My words, something we say here, our motto is do it scared.
That is the best motto. I mean, before I wouldn't think it, but now in this day right now, do it scared. Do it scared. Do it if you don't feel like you qualified. Do it anyway, because if he's calling you to do it, you're qualified. Do it. Do it. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. Don't be focused. Be locked in. Don't let distractions keep you from doing what you're supposed to do. You can do whatever. Do it scared, but do it, please. Take it from me. Do it scared. Please don't be me.
Well, you go ahead with your final words, Miss Paula. We'll close with Chloe, and please let them know too where they can find your books at.
I don't want to go behind her. Just log me.
My final words are just
insane.
My final words are: if you think that your story is finished, it's not. God is still writing your story. If you feel like nothing is happening, God is actually working in the background. If you feel like you ain't got nothing to give, I promise you do. You have a gift that the world needs. And I know people may think like, oh, that sounds so cliche. It's the truth. I'm a living testament. I used to think those things were cliche too until they happened for me. I saw it. I've seen things that like miracles in front of my face. The way that God has turned my life around from just doing the one thing he asked me to do has literally changed my life. And it can be your story as well. Even if you want to be a dancer or a singer, you want to rap, do what you need to do to make yourself happy. Live your life. Do not let life pass you by, because life goes so quick. People are dying every day without fulfilling their dreams. So don't be one of those people. Oh, and you can find me. I'm on Instagram at author Paula Banks. And I have my Lit Kids page is at Lit Kids Create. And my books are on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Walmart. You can go to my site, paulaYbanks.com. And I have my publishing company, Eon Books, EIONbooks.com.
Yes. And the Y in Paula Y Banks stands for yes, because that's what she says now.
I like that.
That's what she is now. I really don't have like any other words I feel like I can add to the things that you guys have said. I really just kind of want to close out with just a statement of just like how grateful and like honored I am to like be in these kind of spaces. Because I really did. I grew up. I was the shy, quiet girl. I didn't want to speak to anybody. I was hiding behind people's legs. I was writing. Nobody knew I wrote. I definitely wasn't telling anybody or saying things out loud to people. And then I get to be a part of a bookstore, and I get to live this life, and I get to make connections with people that I wouldn't have known existed. And you guys are like literally like changing the world. You guys are influencing the children. You guys are building the community. You guys are educating us. Like everything that we're doing that is rising and that is elevating is because that people like you are doing the everyday work. You guys are doing the work. And like I myself could not have imagined to be able to be in a space where I have the ability to help even spread this kind of information or share this kind of story or build these kind of platforms. So I'm thanking both of you. I'm thanking all of our listeners and our supporters for us just being able to be a part of this life. It's the most incredible thing I think I've ever been a part of.
It is so crazy. Sometimes I see it and I'll be like, wow, this is my life.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing. I never saw my life being like this. So I'm just thankful that I'm able to fulfill this gap in with kids and giving them confidence. I mean, it's just amazing. And I'm thankful and I'm blessed. And I'm still thankful y'all have me on the show because I had a good old time. Like a good time. Only thing I was missing was a little cocktail. I mean, it was a good time.
Yeah, but that's not the live though.
It was a good time, like, for real.
Now you're stuck with us.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm here.
We do panels, we got projects. We're gonna bring you back.
Oh
Please
yeah,
bring
and
me
you're
back.
not that far from me.
No, my sister lives in Maryland, so I go up there to
so
see my niece. So she lives in Upper Marlboro, Maryland.
okay, that's around the corner. That's around the corner, and we are big on really just going back into the community, especially with children. We, a creative writing
I'm
class is
always ready.
definitely on the horizon, so we pull up. So
I was just there last
don't
weekend.
threaten us with a good time.
I'm threatening you. You call me and I will be there. I will hop on the Amtrak in a minute because I don't do track.
Hey, I downloaded the app yesterday.
Girl, I will get on there in a minute, and that's how I get to see my boo thing, my niece. So yeah, I am right there in Maryland, and I come up to see my niece all the time.
Oh, good stuff.
Well, another successful connection made.
Right.
Starting to think that's what we do.
We're building this community, man.
Great time.
Absolutely.
Great time. Like I
yes. Thank you
for
coming. Thank you for making the time for it. Thank you for everybody that tuned in. Make sure you are following all of us. Make sure you are keeping the conversations going. Make sure you are reading. We're gonna see y'all next time. It's been fun.
It definitely has.
Peace, everybody.
Right. Bye, everybody.